Ooh, I'm wearing it. Well, not for the show. That would get really uncomfortable. But this is the Gary mask we made. My son's going to be wearing it tonight. And I'm going to be wearing something even scarier. Whoosh, let me put these on so I can see. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last of our Halloween blowout shows. Yay! All right, so I said last week we're probably going to play this, and we are. Blackburn Rovers. Made some changes to it, but I figured, hey, what goes bump in the night better than this deck, right? All right, so let's go over the lands. We have 3 Carnariums. Hey, Nimchimsky, thanks for joining me. We have Swamps and 1 Teetering Peaks. The land base has not changed from the last time I played it. I liked that a lot at 19. We got 4 Rogues with Fear. We have 4 other Rogues that are Vampires with sort of Fear. And then we have 1 Fruit of Tizerus, 4 Changelings, 4 Bump in the Night. Flashback, rarely relevant, but we have the option here. More on that in a little bit. Soul Reap, Sovereign's Bite, Tyrant's Choice, Verdict, and Sign in Blood. And then we have Morsel Theft, which is kind of why we're playing Rogues in the first place. It's one of those decks that's doesn't look all that great. And then before you know it, you're at 8 life and you can't do much of anything and you're a victim. So Rosamund in the house. In the sideboard, we've got some changes. I got 2 Defile, 2 Distress, good for grabbing those at Togs. Fae can be an issue, so I got 3 of these. We've got Fae, and it's a rogue of our own in the Macabre against you-know-who, Tron and such. Speaking of that devil, we have a Syphon Life main, and we have one here. Where's my one in the sideboard? Oh, yeah, where'd my everything go? Jeez, oh, what just happened? All right, there we go. Boy, everything's flipping out. Okay, anyway, so yeah, and then I've got 2 Justices for just, sweeping style boards and such, maybe Stompy, I don't know, try to get stuff out of him, or before it gets out of hand, and 1 Whisper Agent. I noticed it was a rogue. I don't think this was in any lists yet. I was trying to find room for it main, and it just didn't feel that right, but against a very control-heavy list, I might opt to bring this in to quick removal or something. I'll be honest, it's probably a little too cutesy, and if I had to put this in a tournament, I would probably just switch it for a Distress, but I wouldn't have just showcased that it's a rogue and such like that. So anyway, guys, that being said, we've got a Halloween show theme today, obviously, and because of that, we're going to be playing some our scary trailers and stuff, so if you're squeamish or get scared easily, this is not the show for you. It's not like it's dark, but we've got one with a bunch of fake blood and gore. I always try to warn people about that one. And yeah, that Nimana Sky Dancer is a rogue too. That just came out. That has flash, but it mills for 3 cards, I believe. That's pretty interesting. This was first brought to prominence by the player Chid3, so I always like to give a shout out to him. We will keep this and hope for the best. Yay! Honestly, Nim, this is the first time I haven't forgot. Oh, forgot that European wintertime does not start. Oh, yeah, that's right. Aha. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. I think in a day or two, it's going to be that weird little stupid thing America does where we act like we're farmers still and jump back in time. So next week, there will be much confusion in the chat. And then right when people get used to it, we do it again. All right, let's lead off with the Fearmeister. It's Halloween after all. Let's put some fear into people. Blech. This dude looks pretty sweet. Well, that's what's different. I'm wearing my prescriptions today. I was like, things are looking a little bit more in focus. Got my little anti-glare goggles. Alrighty. So I mentioned that. Oh man, this morning, did I have a morning? Got up super early, got all my stuff done. And big news on a very selfish front. Sorry to make it sound like some humble brag. I hit my weight goal loss. I cannot believe it. I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday. I was 168. I was over the moon thinking I could even see a 1.6 anything with my body style and such as it is. But so I did it, and I'm hovering there kind of constantly now. And yeah, it keeps teetering off. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to get, but definitely more of a lifestyle thing as opposed to a diet now, so enjoying that. Big upside, Shiraz. I have like 1 or 2 beers now, and I'm like, I gotta stop. It used to be like 5 or 6 before I felt that way. I was like, oh my gosh, crazy. Thank you. Yeah, it's quite the. It started back, gosh, I think in April, and went pretty hardcore from then on, but Yeah, it's I was honestly, in the back of my head, I was very happy to be in the 170 club again, and I was like, it's pretty unrealistic. I'm gonna get down any further, and then boom, I was just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, there's that thing. Oh, so anyway, there's that good news. And then I woke up this morning, and this low fog, because it's gonna be pretty warm this week, was hanging over everything, and the moon was just like a blood moon just in the distance, meaning the color, and it was so beautiful, and it was kind of going down as the sun's coming up, and the fog was there. Then the crows went by like right on cue and just did their little evil squawks and stuff. It was a good time. Nice way to start the morning. Okay. We don't have much Halloween plans other than just going out and scaring our town with my custom masks, which is always a hit. Let's lead off with this. Let's see if we get countered or if something dies. We got that fruit coming right back up. We'll do that next turn. I'll do this now. Might get sprited. We'll see. Yield through this and keep on moving. Yeah, I've never been more mad at COVID than today. I know it's selfish, but it's a full moon. It's a Saturday night. The weather's good. It's kind of foggy on top of it because of the drastic weather change. It's just so perfect. And they're trying to tell people to not go out. I'm like, Halloween's tailor-made for COVID. You're already wearing a mask. All the things you touch are wrapped. There's all the stuff we know about. The only drawback is it's nighttime. I know there's something to do with UV light that tends to kill the virus really well. So the most recent studies say, but other than that, I'm just like, gotta give people something here. So we're not gonna let it keep us down. We're gonna go out and have a good old time. All right, let's if he's lost life this turn, hold on a minute here. Well, let's make him lose some life this turn. Boop. Let's do this. I gotta remember to read these cards. I don't play this enough. Okay, let's try this, see if it works. And just like that, they're getting in trouble. They're gonna be at 8. And the vampire will get there too late. All right, quiet in the chat. Everybody's busy this Halloween. I think this is the very first time we've done a Halloween show on Halloween. Sure, I mean, yeah, it kind of feels that way. Speaking of, it's awfully dark, but Nazis, I've got this, I gotta show you guys, I have this chess set from Decklist. One of our family friends made it out of wood chips there, and it's really haunting. Each face is different. I think I've mentioned it on the show a few times, but I'll have to show it to you guys one of these days. All right, well, that was a kind of a run over, right? What are we looking at here? We saw some dudes. We're probably bringing the fumes. Maybe 2. What's not good against them? I really like Syphon Life, but I don't know about in this matchup. Maybe a bit slow for this matchup. Let's lose one of those, and maybe I don't want to get rid of our graveyard abilities altogether. Now this is that's right, green. You don't want to keep that against the green deck, but other than that, it'll be all right. Maybe a Tyrant's choice. I don't know. I'll lose, I don't want to lose my speed. 1 verdict. Let's go. Yeah. Forgot how much removals in this. Maybe those defiles are a bit too much in there. The fumes and and such. Kinda threw it together. We'll see. What good deck is just kind of the problem. So, hey, look at this hand. That's pretty cool. Ooh, man, this is looking spooky. All right. Yeah, I think for the YouTube little JPEG, I'll have to find the art for this and dress it up. That's pretty cool. I like all the negative space in this art. And we will keep that. I play, I think, one or two more lands than most people do in this list for because I have a retrace mechanic, and I just don't like getting marooned. Our opponent forgetting his land? No. Okay, here we go. Hiya! And it starts out the same. Let's get out a creature. What I do love about these, you play a Seeker of the Way, and good luck if it stays alive, because anyone has removal, they're going to use it because it's such a game swinger. The benefit of playing these little dorks, they got evasion and stuff, but they're almost not worth removal. And that's why they keep pecking. And before you know it, you're at less than 10 life. And then all of a sudden, all these kind of seemingly harmless spells are just gently harmful. Is that a thing? They start doing some big damage. All right. Well, we've got a pretty cool play here. He can't block, and then we're going to Soul Reap. And just like that, I'm going to have a pretty nice life lead. Oops. A lot of sorceries, because this stuff does a lot for one card. Do this. Heal through the turn. Oh yeah, I better write down when we're playing against Demir. Almost played one of our other creation lists. The one I'm talking about a lot. The boys been having a lot of fun with it. Talk about Seeker of the Way, but I was like, boy, there's not much less Halloween than playing an Azorius list on the actual day of Halloween. So this morning I was like, I ought to dust this thing off and see how it plays. I looked at black and red in the last 3 formats as far as updates go, because that's about the last time I played this, card releases and such, and I thought of a few things. The new Marauding Priest, I was like, that might be interesting, but a little too clunky. It's pretty streamlined as it is. 19 life. How'd I get that high? Man. Well, we could do 1, 2. Let's do that. Let's attack first. Don't need to draw anything right now. The new blue. Yeah, I've got it loaded up. It's pretty ridiculous. I cannot believe Wizards. It's like, are they just printing stuff so that they'll ban it later? I'm not saying it's going to be an auto ban or whatever, but it's like, yeah, let's give blue the best Monarch ability, retract the mana requirement, and make it playable in every deck. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this. Fall from Favor, 2 and a blue, enchant aura, enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, tap it, you become the Monarch. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step unless that player is the Monarch. Crazy. All right, well, we got a Tyrant's Choice for that. This deck's purring right along today, feeling pretty good. He can block, so we got to be careful there. All right, well, we're going to play this. We'll go like this and this. Doop, doop, doo. And I'm supposed to say death, right? Let's see. Death or torture. If torture gets more votes, of course. Yeah, we have to say death. That's right. I haven't played this in so long. Oh, hey, all right. So that's a nice WW start to the day. We'll just run on over and face our next victim. They never got off the ground. Stumble at all. One little bit of removal gets in and boom. So anyway, back to this OP card. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Not much else. But again, you know, why are you giving that to blue? I mean, I know it's on flavor and everything, but that color just embarrassing riches. It's like, yeah, all the other ones cost 4 and up. Well, we'll make this one 3 and kind of relevant to every step of combat. Yuck, what a gross hand this is. Well, mulligan. We'll keep this. Clunky hand. But as long as our vampire lives, we'll be able to prowl and draw out of it, hopefully. Otherwise, we might be stuck in the mud waiting for 4 mana. Okay. Littlefight's at his class today for those in the know or wondering. I can't wait to see the top of the show. I'll replay and see if I was even in frame with my mask. My kid and I always tease Doctor, when we try to say anything to do with masks, which is often in this house, we try to sound like Dr. Fauci. He goes, "Gotta wear a mask." He always does it that way. Keep up with your masks. All right. Let us, I'm just going to attack, and I think we'll just, we'll play the Boggart just in case he's on Fae. I don't want to walk into an easy counter there. And that way we got a double options for triggering this next turn. Maybe we'll do it twice in one turn. Who knows? Oh, I don't think I've ever shown you guys. I was like, what's that out of the corner of my eye? And I've got my old, there was a guitar maker that made guitars out of cigar boxes. And mine broke pretty soon after I got it. But not badly, just the tuning peg and kind of on, not the best tone. You know, it's more for looks and stuff. But I wanted it to be a Halloween-themed guitar. So check this out while I'm waiting for that. I'll show you guys. Dun, dun, dun. So it's pretty cool. Very dusty. Imagine seeing some guy walking down the street playing that with one of my masks on. Call the cops. All right. Ooh, man. Feeling pretty good here. Let's attack here. Fleshbag Marauder. Isn't he already out? I thought he was. I swore that it's already available. Or I'm remembering my son playing it, and it's an uncommon, and that's why I'm thinking it's printable. Somebody do a quick search. Make sure I'm not telling tales out of school. All right, let's do this. Draw a card. Eat some more life. Where's this guy getting all this life from? I thought we were hurting him. I haven't been paying attention. Oh, Slum Reaper. Yeah, they're definitely giving black the best power creep this last year. I'd have to say, except for the latest Blue Monarch overreach, that was it's definitely kind of 2020's a dark year for a lot of reasons. COVID, one of them, and MTG went right along and went with the dark theme itself. Your son was cheating. That's why he keeps winning. Yeah, I posted on Facebook the other day. Sometimes he'll just look at something. We've been working on this one Azorius brew together, and he'll ask me a question, and kind of think about it, look into it, and I'm just like, man, this dude's. I know I'm his dad, and I'm gonna think good things, but still, I was very impressed. Every once in a while, which is about every 2 weeks, he'll say something and I learn something. And how long have I been playing this game? So that was just kind of the general thing. Keep your mind open to new ideas. All right. Now we've got 2 attackers doing that before our attack phase. That way, nothing can attack. I gain 1 life and all of a sudden the board becomes a bloodbath. How cool would it be? We walk into another bump of the night here. This will be a 3-lifer. Cast Prowl. Man, I forgot. This deck's just screaming. Lose 3. We gain 3. Waza! Alright. Finally some movement. But see, now we've got Fruit Bait. It's another reason to run a little extra land. We've got Retrace and we've got that. You don't want to stumble. You want to be the aggro. In my early days of brewing, I used to really try to keep that curve just ultra low, and I think I probably pitched 20% of the games I didn't need to. Oh, Among Us. Oh, yeah, that's my other boy. Yeah, he's gaming it up. I wonder why that play happened. Did he just misfire? Why would you go for that over the one that hits for 3? That's strange. Yeah, both my kids like that Among Us. Hey, Pauper Tim in the house. You know what I really like, I kind of rip the kids off when they'll we'll start a game, and I forget if I told you guys this. A long time ago, when we used to play Diablo and have to hook up computers and stuff, like the old school way, everybody has all these grandiose names. They're just like, the killer blankety blank, or baddest in the world, or just always like these like almost like rapper like fluff ups of just trying to just invigorate your mood or your aura. And so I've always been kind of the opposite with that because it's so over the top with everybody that I just think it's funny. I see it online sometimes here with MTGO where somebody will have just a really funny name or they're kind of poking fun at themselves. And I always like those kind of people. So when we, so this long story goes somewhere, I promise. What was that? You are, hey? Anyway, so where am I going with this? My nephew was playing Diablo at the time, and I made him a character and I gave him this armor, but that was the deal. I had to make the character, and I called his character Tiny Boy the Weak. And he's later on, he said he learned a lot from that, and so that's always been his username since. And so we were playing a game, something like that one you were talking about, Among Us, or I think it was some other shooter game or something like that, which I'm no good at. And they were like, you know, the screens come up and they're like, Dad, who are you? Who are you? And then they were reading the names and it's all these grandiose names. And then I just named my actual character Chuck's Insurance. It was like the most boring, bland thing I could think of. It was pretty funny. All right, let's get rid of two of those. And I think I'm going to lean on Syphon in this one. Let's just try that. Boop. We've got our Suffocating Fumes. Trick stuff out. It doesn't work. We just cycle it. Good times. A boy named Sue, yeah. All right. Oh, we've got a Carnarium draw for days, that's for sure. We've got an early Rogue. It's clunky, but I'll keep this. Get one more Swamp, it'd be a good thing, but I'm pretty flooded till then. Probably going to keep signing blood away, or we're going to have to pitch a land. Which is good news, because we kept our Retrace spell. I love going against control-happy decks. Are very control-y when you have that mechanic. It's like, counter it. Okay, guess what's going to happen next turn? Zap! What do we get here? Well, gotta wait for it to hit the board. Hey, did we find a new term? Burn happy? I know we've done a counter happy. I think you've seen the power of Rogue. But even that, you know, it's gotta hurt using a very good quality removal card on a Prickly Boggart. I named my Diablo 2 hardcore character. I play Cyril? Cyril? I don't quite get it. Oh, I know hard HC is hardcore, but I'm trying to pronounce, like, is it supposed to sound like... Oh, I know all about hardcore. Yeah, I've lost a few times like that. I wish more games were like that. All right, he's got a bolt in hand. Let's not completely disregard our opponent here. I'm playing like I've already got this 1-1, and we're far from it. Let's do what we can here now. Let's make this look a little nicer. Bring our dude up. Bring our dude back. And our opponent's got a chance this game. Last game was pretty rocking. I play hardcore in real life. That'd be a great shirt. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy your Halloween too. I know I'm going to be out with the full moon and try to get a nap in so I'm not tired. Get a lot, maybe some late afternoon coffee, that'll help. I don't want to sleep the night away or fall asleep early. I think I told you guys last year, there was one year where I had the coolest thing happened. Let me hold on a minute. Let me focus a little bit here. I want to play this, but I want to see if he's got yeah, let's see if I can get that counter out of this. I'll say Geth here. I don't want a ninja flipping over. But one year, so gosh, this is probably about 2005 or 6. We had a knock on the door, and it was pretty late. It was like, you know, when the trick-or-treating is definitely stopped. And I went to the door, and there were just these, if you've seen, I'll say Death. If you've seen The Village, M. Night Shyamalan, and those weird creatures they pretended with all the sticks poking out, and they're very, very scary. and they were just standing there perfectly done, like not store-bought. Just they spent a good weekend or two on these outfits, and they were just breathing. And it was like, so I gave them like the rest of our candy, and I was like, you guys just made my Halloween, thank you very much. And then I closed the door, very scared. I love that kind of stuff. Here comes a sprite to eat us alive. Yield. All right. Drawn clunky. And I finally saw another Shyamalan flick. I don't really like the guy much. He's so hit or miss, and he's really leans heavily on that whole last 5 minutes. I'm gonna, have this big aha thing. It's like he writes backwards or something. And once or twice it's interesting, but start doing it in every single one of his movies. But I did finally get around to seeing Split, which I thought was really good. Not amazing or anything, but just, oh my gosh, you guys. I can't believe I almost didn't. Did I write this down anywhere? I think I didn't. I have little notes like if I could, like I need help talking about something. But The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. Amazing. Really, really, really good. I was very, very impressed with it. It's all about chess. It's a fictitious story of a female chess player, and I'll leave it at that. But it's really, really amazing. I really want to hold off on this. Let me see here. Let's just try to sign in blood here. Boop. And he ruined Avatar. Yeah, he didn't just ruin it. God. He ruined it and then dug it up a few times and spit on the grave and smeared a bunch of other unspeakable things on it and reanimated it, and you get the point. I cannot get over. I remember just being in the theater because we were such big Avatar fans, and the kid was so fired up, and it was a midnight showing. We're breaking all these rules, taking him out of the movies late, and having a good time. And about 5 minutes into it, you just kind of like, same thing with Phantom Menace. I remember just kind of looking around like, is everybody kind of feeling like this is really going south fast? And it's like, let's take a 5-season anthology of like just pure brand new mythology and genius everything and just squish all of that into 90 minutes. And we'll mispronounce things because I guess they did research, and it's like, well, some people pronounce it that way. It's like, really? Well, every single person that's seen it isn't expecting that. You think that's a wise decision? I don't. Okay. We're feeling a little bit in trouble here. Our opponent needs to be dead, and he's not. Might get some fairy bait. Let's see. We got quite a bit of mana to kind of shoo away any sort of counter happy moves. We'll see. Oh, Nils. Oh, yeah. Which one? Is it did you finish Korra or the original? They're both amazing. How much is Bump of the Night flashback? 6, 2, 4, 5. We're almost there. We can do this. I'll just cast it. Well, no, if I wait till next turn, he'll have lost life, and then I can double do this. So let's wait on that. Kind of clunky. Cancel. Let me do this. This guy's like, this guy, what's he doing over there? 2 red. Maybe I got a Electrickery. Korra. Yeah, I love the one with, I think Zahir and Amon were my 2 favorite villains. Those guys were clutch. I was really hoping season 2 that Amon was coming back. I was like, he didn't die. Oh, sorry. Shouldn't have said that. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he does come back. Who knows? Very, very interesting. Netflix is bringing the entire original series back, but having it real life, which to that I say, like, why? I would just rather, why don't you just hire an animation studio to just make it HD and then leave it? Because I guess they're going to take the exact same script and story arc and everything, no changes, and just do it. It sounds like a lot of work. Hopefully they pull it off really well. But, it's the same thing with The Tick. Great cartoon. And they did a great job translating it. But it was like it'll never be as effective as it was as a cartoon because it was just so goofy and random and weird. Just can't hope to get there. But I'm really missing the Fruit of Tizerus here, even though he's got sprite recursion. All right, we've all seen this show before. Let's lean them a little bit more heavy on the removal side of things. Yeah, and Toph has always been one of my favorites too, so she's pretty sweet. All right, let's do this. We'll just cast it. Hiya! Give us some life. That's a lot of mana to do that. Boom, 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 boom. Hiya! And yield. Take that, sprite. Lose some life. Lose some life. Bump in the night's gonna make it right. Here we go. We keep gaining these little bits of life, and they keep hitting us for little bits. I keep thinking we're like at 5 life. We're at 15. Feeling pretty good. Yeah. I forgot how much I missed playing this deck. This thing's really got teeth. I like underestimated decks. They just... Every other card, like I said at the top of the show, you look at it and you're like, that's all right. And then it's so synergistic the way Chid designed the first list, and then we tweaked it from there, and I'm sure you've got your own versions out there too, but kind of can mold it to different play styles and such, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Let's see, that costs 5. Let's wait till that, we're not in that big of trouble. Let's just wait. That lightning bolt's long gone. We'll go like this. All right. MTM Tat. All right. Happy Halloween back at ya. Yeah, watch. I'll roll over all these spooky shows into the season of Krampus. And we'll make a Krampus November or December. I think it's right around the end of November. Right around my birthday is the whole Krampus thing. I think the peak. I got some Nords in the house. Isn't that where that dude's legend comes from? That's December 5th, I think, is like the official Night of Chains. Okay, let's do this. My goodness, can we pull this off? As we go back up. Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, that's a good... Those two guys. Forget what they're... We'll try this out. Sure. He's gonna be a 1. Tap out, sucker. The little engine that could. I thought this game was lost. Especially with Ninja Tempo and such. Simon Pegg, yeah, him and that fat dude. Sorry to be on PC, but I don't know his name, and he's fat. He's a really good actor and very funny, supernatural on talent. Kind of reminds me of Curly in the Three Stooges. I mean, totally different style, but that comic relief. Those two are gold together. Yeah, Nick something. That's a lot nicer than... All right. It is time. Ooh, wait, 2, 4, 5. If I wait 1 turn, I can do this. He'll counter it, and then we can bump in the night. Try that. Yeah. Dr. Frost. Let's just chill. We're back at 16 again. I keep forgetting all these removal spells kind of have the upside of life. Almost a benefit not having... I think I'll lose Defile, actually. Forgot how much removal we got main, and like I said, kind of threw the sideboard. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, based on what I had last time. Can't imagine the metagame changed that much. You know what's going to really make things ridiculous going back to Magic is this new enchantment that grants Monarch. You know who's going to play it? Tron. Anyway, so here's a good option. I think they've got to counter this. We see a sprite, that's good news. Oh, okay. 3, 4, 5. Oh, maybe he has that, huh? I guess I'll try to pull this out now. This will grab the sprite. Oh, Did I miscount? I did. I guess we'll just leave it at that. He's probably just going to burn our dude. They're not counter happy. Darn it. Kind of wish they were. Alright. We'll make... For some reason I thought Tyrant's Choice was an instant. I'm sure they'll find some way of abusing it over and over and over again. Probably something nobody's considered putting it on your own creatures. See, it untaps if you're the monarch, right? There's probably some nasty combo with that system too. Ooh, look at this. Alright. I've always just loved his artwork. So cool. 2, 4, 6. That costs 6. I'll give it a go. I know he's got one sprite in hand. He's got to counter this. Cool. We really want to see... We've only got 3 Carnariums, and they're all down, but we really want to see a Syphon Life show up here. When fall from favor enters the battlefield, vanishing 3. He was playing Little Fight a little bit last night, and then ran off to a little chess tournament. Watching that show really brought me back. And I will say, I know I've said this many times, but chess is such a great game, but man, if you're playing the person, if somebody's really book smart, it just becomes a game of Simon Says and remembering what Morphy did against Alkyne's blankety blank, and it really gets obnoxious after a while. Easily solvable. You just switch pieces, change the board up. What do we got here? I don't think we've attacked, have we? Let's see if we can do this. Do they got it? Or do we got it? Oh, that's a good one, Nim. Hey, all right. Well, cool. So, yeah, it's a WW against Demir, and then you are Faye, both kind of tourney-worthy decks. So, hey guys, I'm gonna go grab some more coffee. You know the drill, and we're gonna check out that little Gothic move here, and we'll be back in just a few.
Swamped with horror. As Pauperganda Studios presents all the classic horror films from the legendary Bajuka brothers. First, the 70s masterpiece Howl from Beyond. Then, the fan favorite, The Faceless Butcher. Plus, the cult classic Undying Evil. Followed by non-stop horror like Innocent Blood, Grim Harvest, Bloodseeker, Evil Presence, Twisted Abomination, and many more. A murderous mayhem marathon, Rakdos style. Don't miss Pauperganda's horror galore. Coming soon.
And we're back. And our opponent is not. Coffeeed up, bathroomed up. Here we go, hopefully. Yeah, I haven't seen the list you guys are chatting about there. I've run into something similar, but I didn't know it was a thing. I haven't looked at the listings in quite a while. Just been doing my own thing. Actually, quite a bit of work this week. Very, very tedious editing work. It's like, see that brick building? Tear it down brick by brick and then turn the bricks over and then build it again. That's kind of sometimes the bad side of editing. We'll keep this. Got no critters, but I've got lots of fun stuff to do. Yeah, it's called clean printing. A lot of the footage wasn't good enough, and then you get replacement footage and you have to go back over and re-edit everything, and no creativity involved, just grunt work. I love that trailer too. Thank you for saying that. It's one of my favorites. It's a little too dark for most days. We're playing a very evil brew. I'll maybe have it outside of Halloween about 2 or 3 times during the year, but I feel like I got to warn people about it now. I think that the gore is so over the top and obvious. It's like, I wouldn't mind my son seeing that. He loves horror movies. And hey, he's my boy, so of course he does. All right, here we are. Going against Evil Darko. Good name for the day, that's for sure. The Bajuka Bros. That's my brother Donald. Now, or as you know, everyone knows him. What was his name? Help me out here. Semikov. Horror, gore galore. Me and my alliteration. That's going over the top. That's going too far. Yeah, I know tonight on AMC here in the States, Eli Roth, who's one of the better horror directors, he's hosting, I think it's called The History of Horror. I don't think it's new. I think it's like a year or 2 old, but I remember it being worth watching. Pretty cool. I kind of want to keep that peaks around. We don't really need it. Let's just lean on this. Be nice if we got a creature out. Maybe I can find room for that Flash Rogue. Come in for some little bit of removal. Not that this deck really needs removal, but more for that surprise value. Oh, I better write down what we're playing against here. Another Dimir deck. Doop-a-doo. Oh, all right. Here comes a Fae. I'm going to just verdict this. You know, he's probably on Angler, but everything in this kind of kills Angler too, so. Looking at tempo here. I don't want a ninja next turn. Maybe they're a little landlocked here. All right. All right. Well, we're going to play it. We've got Carnariums for that reason. I don't want to stumble that badly on land. Another verdict shows up. All right. The Night Market Lookout, that little tap loss of life dude seems pretty cool. Well, it's a sorcery. I'm not doing anything else. Let's go. This deck, man. Sovereign's Bite. Who plays that? But just keeps coming. Before you know it, you're at Healthy Life and your opponent's near the single digits. Remember when we last played, I had notes to the list probably over a year ago, seems like. And I kept them and I hadn't played it since, so that's why I think the main deck feels so tuned. Feels just right. I didn't mess with that. I was trying, but I was like, yeah, I looked over my notes. It's like, this thing's ready for blood. Hopefully my head's not blinding anyone. The sun's coming out and I have white walls in this room. So my head can act as a gigantic reflector sometimes. Day, that's like some long forgotten artist. You're a wizard, Harry. Those shows always feel a little macabre. I like the Harry Potter series. Sometimes makes it. They have a neat blend of feeling like Halloween and Christmas. So it's like they seem to always be on in rotation on the weekends. It's one of those indefinite, just always on sort of things. If I play that, are we going to walk into a you-know-who? Let's see. It lived! Looking around. Okay. That Peaks feeling really clunky right now, being our only source of red there, but it'll come into play, hopefully. With Carnariums, we can bounce it. I think it's worth the drawback, not that we usually need the mana or red, except for the generic. You know, with all the evasion we've got, might be a better plan to run the cave. Of course, with the extra mana, I don't think you should be throwing it on the battlefield. I think you should be eating it with Tezzeret, or whatever that bite flashback card is, or the Syphon Life, or both. I really want a mechanic to come out and have some... I think Unearth needs to be revisited. Just some more options, not the card. I'm talking about the mechanic. There's so many good cards, like with Woo Rats, that just really focused on that and how it's uncounterable. I think there's a lot of design space there that hasn't been explored. And then you guys all know me and Retrace, right? My gosh, you've gotta bring that back. Show me the money. One of the other reasons I love this deck is it existed forever. Nobody put it together. The cards have always been there. How many more are out there like that? Quite a few, probably. All right. Let's do... Man, we just need like one more mana. I'm just going to try to get in damage here. Let's go. Save those soul reaps so that they'll really start adding up. I think Chid 3's name for this was Blackburn Rovers. You can see why. It does feel like Blackburn because all these spells like make them lose life. A lot of the times we gain it back, so it's good times. Yeah, Escape's pretty good too. Alright, down he goes. They're feigning counterspell. I hope we don't see another Dimir player. That's 2 out of 3 so far. What do the first 3 opponents have in common? They all play islands. Huzzah! Alright. Well, I'm going to do this because if he's got... We're kind of fearless here because if he's got a sprite, that's fine. And he doesn't. Or he does, and he's not going to play it. I don't know. Cast down one of the best removal cards on a Prickly Boggart. That scenario again, right? What do we got, Copper? All right. Net, you know, echoing truth on a Prickly Boggart. It's like, good use of the card there, sir. Not. Soul Reap. It wasn't in that same order, Pauper Tim. I don't think we killed that the turn before with the verdict. I don't know, I might have misplayed. I don't think so though. I've been waiting to cast that Soul Rape. Believe me. Pablo, hi, back at you. Thank you for chiming in, my friend. Good to see some new blood in the chat. And happy Halloween to you and everyone else out there. Feeling in the spooky mood. Come on, Sprite. It's Halloween night. Dang it. I wanted to see that. All right. Now, what's going on here? Like some sort of like Matrix birthing pod or something. I did? Ah. Well, slap me on the wrist. Well, those are 3 quality spells for 3 blah targets. Fine with that. All right. He's not going to let us turn men sideways. I'm just going to start turning our things sideways. Dun, dun, dun. Little Fight chiming in saying happy Halloween. Wishing he was here with us. He might be jumping on the phone and checking us out for a little bit, but he's bettering himself at a class. Shame on him. He should be here. Yeah, there's a hunter's moon out this way. Full moon, Saturday night, Halloween. The fog rolls in. Man, right out of a storybook. One of these nights, this is one of those nights, as a father, I force my kids out of the house. I'm like, leave your damn phone and go physically out into the world. It was a Nickelodeon commercial a long time ago. Always cracked me up. It said, welcome to the wonderful world of outside. It was just this over-the-top video just showing doors open and like things you can do outside and just kids running around, flopping on the grass. But the voice was pretty epic. Hey, all right. Semenik, thank you from Italy. All right. Hope you guys, I've got to get out to Italy one of these years for the main reason of, I'm going to hold our land there. I really want to see the mask shops. I don't know if it's in what city those hail from, but yeah, a lot of the better masks. The best mask movies out there, Eyes Wide Shut. I know they had a lot of masks made from an Italian mask creator out there. Love it. Oh, Pablo, thank you for that. Makes my day, buddy. Peppy Life. Whoa, Italy. Yeah, we're worldwide, baby. What do we got? He's going to Okiba? Is that what's coming our way? Something wicked this way comes? This is just flat up ninja, right? Maybe. Giving out candy this year. Wife just had baby. Gotta try to stay safe. Yeah. But definitely wander about. Look at the decor. That sort of thing. Yeah, hear that. How is COVID treating everybody? I can never tell with the news here. Our media is so slanted on fear-mongering and brainwashing people. I'd like to know, because I've heard the numbers are starting to go up, but I don't know how much of that is real or if they're just trying to scare everyone or what. All right, let's try. You know what? I want to try to do. If I soul rape any counters, then I can do it again. Kind of like that play. I think he's going to counter this. Mask Museum? I'm not sure. Galerium in the house. All right. We want some sort of no response to this because we have so many of them. All right. That's what I wanted. We've cast another one, and now I get 2 for 1. Boink! I know a lot of people technically get it or whatever, but then I still have really not known anyone that got it and was jacked up. What's creeping me out is a lot of these people afterwards having just these really random roll the dice effects, like their eyes all go funky or they still feeling a funk weeks later, and that's what's kind of got me concerned, where there seems to be a really random fallout with stuff, or they're just coming down with something and they're calling it that. I don't know. Very strange. All right, let's do this because we know he's got a sprite in hand. All right. Well, I don't want to just walk into a sprite there. I'm probably going to Syphon Life next turn and then try to end it, but we'll see. Who knows how this goes? There's that. All right. I thought it was Venice. Saw a documentary on it, not like on TV, but on Netflix, I believe it was, and not Netflix, just YouTube. Just a little quaint mask shop that does them all like paper mache and beautiful, beautiful stuff. The history of masks is really neat too. Oh, I forgot, I was going to show you guys, I made a, what is it called? The doctor mask with the really big nose that was around the Black Death. They had that for the reasoning, thinking that good smells would make the plague go away before they knew it was fleas. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's do this. Here comes a sprite. Cool. I just believe we win here. Is that a WW again? Venice. Very cool. All right. Cool. Let's just jump on into 4 here, people. Oh, nope. Sorry. I thought that was a WW. These games are running together. Decks seem a little bit similar. All the 3 fumes coming in the deck. Quite a bit of a counter magic in that one, considering Whisper Agent, but I don't want to do it. I'm going to lose the fruit. And 1 verdict. Excuse me. What else? What else? What else? Oh, there's 1 Tyrant. Let's try that. Oh, is that one of those numerology? Yeah, you take math far enough, you can find patterns in just about everything. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous this, because full moons, they've proven scientifically, I can't point to the study, but a lot more crime and things like that go down. So I know it's known as Devil's Night other places, and with all the bedlam going on and outrage, I hope people don't use the extra light as a to abuse things or loot or anything like that. Hopefully not. I think they're saving up for the election, at least here in the States. That's what I'm really worried about. Oh, that's an interesting sequence. Yeah. But yeah. Pablo, thank you very much for that compliment. I love when people find us out of the blue. It's happening more and more, thankfully. Alrighty. Well, we don't have much, but we'll keep it. Boop. We don't need creatures. It'd be funny if we could eventually turn this into a creatureless deck. Didn't feel like we needed them last turn, and the game before that, everything got countered, and we still burned them out. Very cool. Pretty friendly streaming deck so far. Not too, I think I had that one mistake. Have to revisit it and see. Surprised there's not more. Plague Doctor's Beak Mask. That's the one. Yeah, I made one of those. And some steampunk variations on it and stuff. Turned out pretty cool. But my problem is, I don't know, I probably have 60 masks in the house, and they're all pretty macabre to most people. I like them. I don't scare easy, and so it just looks cool to me. But I know whenever we have people over for dinner, or people that haven't been to our place, or neighbor comes by and says hi, back when you used to be able to do that sort of thing, they kind of give a little bit of a pause, and I'm like, I've just always been that way. If you saw the very, very, very first frame of the show, you'll see that picture of me back from, like, I think it's 1978. I was like 4 years old and surrounded by pumpkins even then. My mom reminded me the other day, I'm a Sagittarius, but I was actually about way overdue, like 4 weeks overdue, which back then they didn't really have due dates, so to speak. But we did have, hold on a minute here. What am I trying to do here? I do this. I would have put my birthday right around Halloween if I came when I was supposed to. I've done that before, Nims, a long time ago. I think the very first Halloween show I celebrated, I did like a mask show, and I took, it's somewhere on YouTube, I took people through all of them. Well, back then, all of them. It was probably only like 25 or 30 then. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I remember Little Fight's wife one night, we were on Skype and had the webcam on, and I made sure to tell him, leave it full screen, and she came in and, she had 1 or 2 glasses of wine already, and he tricked her somehow into watching the screen. And I wore my creepiest one, which is just an all white, I call it the moon face, and based on a nightmare my nephew had. And it's, typical like that Michael Myers mask. It's just so blank and kind of like featureless that it's the creepiest of all. You can put horns on something and all these scars and creepy things that are supposed to be creepy, but it's not as creepy as just a alabaster face in the night. And I snuck up on the real slow light, and I wear, this is a cloak from a Dracula production I was in way back, like 94. It's like got holes all in it and stuff. I just love it. It looks really old, and I just throw that over me. It's like a big cowl. So all you see is just this face in a black mass. It's pretty cool. And last time I went out for Halloween, I scared a few guys so bad. I thought they were going to swing on me. I was behind them. They turned around and just lost their shit. Sorry for cursing, but and then they composed themselves. And they patted me on the back and they said, "You made our Halloween, bro." And I was like, "Oh man, that just says it all right there." I was like, "That's awesome. That's what it's about." Oh, and I'm reading Something Wicked This Way Comes by Bradbury, thanks to my mom. Wow, meaty. I mean, that book just screams me. I can't believe I haven't read it. I've always heard that term. I didn't know it was an actual book. And I read about the first 5 chapters all at one go, and man, right up my alley. A very similar writing style, so it almost feels like when you read an old story that you wrote that you forgot. It's yeah, a lot of the same rhyme scheme and stuff. It's pretty cool. But yeah, just the visualization, and it's like kind of a Halloween / Goonies vibe throughout the whole thing. It's really, really highly recommended already, and I don't even know how it ends. They're printing Gombaji Witches. Which one is that the that's the cool artwork, MTM or is that a third version of artwork? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pepe says it all right there. It's like, is there a holiday better suited for COVID? You have to wear masks. It's like, yep. Got that one checked off already. Thank you very much. Okay, let's we'll do this. Should we just say torture? Yeah. Cool. Boop. Oh, and paper. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. I get it now. I'm like, man. That is so... Even if you're the mom of the first artist, you got to just be like, yeah, that one beats you, son. You just would have to call your own kin on it. Love you, but it'd be one of those talks. I used to think I was pretty good at drawing, and then I met one of my buddies, Eric Lutz, who's over on the Isle of Man now, being an art director for all kinds of cool companies. And that guy can draw on a sushi napkin something that you'd want to frame in under about a minute. It's insane. But I like friends like that. It shows you the true meaning of talent in that category, and it also saves you time. Like musically, I have a friend who's just sings so incredibly. His name's Aaron Mulhall. Just incredible talent, and I've done a few music albums and stuff, and got into it for a while. But it just kind of let me know, you know what? Keep that as a hobby, nice little cool thing you do off to the side, and that's all it's gonna be. Because if this guy isn't making it, there ain't no way I'm gonna. 1, 2, one more. Let's go. Are we gonna get there? This is so fun. This is like acting like some fog block with the life bonus here. And this decks just tend not to hit us hard enough. Matt Breezy, hello. Good for chiming in, and happy Halloween to you. Nice to see you all. Wow, I can't see. That's what makes life so sweet, is variety, I guess. But I just can't fathom the first one. Other than that, it does have that, like, just that old school, like the Finhorn Elves, just that almost like a, I don't know, wax paper look to the art. I guess it's like, some people like 70s decor. It's all what your taste is, but won't this be funny if he's sitting on a Sprite thinking, I got all these counters, let's do it. And we're going to hard cast Morsel Theft. Bring our life total to 20 and just be done with this. Hopefully. We shall see. If so, that'll be 3-0. I'm running out of coffee, quick. Goofy and fun. I'd like to see the newer Kombaji witches with stained glass. Like, who's that guy? Clug Alters on Twitch. He's always altering cards. Pretty cool. That'd be a fun hobby. You know what? They might have that. Pay 2 more mana here. We don't have it, so let's not punch ourselves in the foot. Is that even a phrase? I guess it is when you say it, but it came out wrong. I've punched myself in the foot a few times. When you get a cramp or something, feels pretty good. All right. 3-0, baby. Woo! All right. Well, I'm going to cut to some vintage Halloween stuff. We did this about 5 weeks ago, but it's the only time of the year I can do it. Feel free to grab a coffee, go to use the restroom like I'm going to do, and check out one of the coolest things about this video I'm about to show you is it's back when Halloween, it's not that old, but when it first came out, I think it was very superior because you didn't have the Walmarts and the Costco's of the world and stuff. All you had was, hey, I want to be a such and such, and so you were a ghost and you threw a sheet over your. What I'm getting at, though, outside of the ghost, people would make stuff like I do, like this, and out of paper mache and stuff, or like I use plaster casts and stuff, and everything was just one of one, super custom, super awesome, and kind of really built-in creepy. So enjoy. I'll be back in just a sec. so much to the continued support of the people to my right. Also, if you want to have your deck played, a 10-ticket donation on Magic the Gathering Online is probably the best way to do it, as well as sending us an email to pauperganda@gmail.com. But anyway, thank you so much again for the people over here, and we'll see you next time.
From the volcano of Balaku to the leech-ridden swamps of Agadir, cast off all your inhibition at the only casino in all Dominaria. Experience the pinnacle of personal pleasure. Venture boldly at Rakdos Casino, and may all your underworld dreams come true. Rakdos Casino, the place for premium pleasures.
And we're back with a Rakdos deck for the Rakdos Casino. And back at you, Mr. TMO6 Life. Good to see you, and thanks for chiming in, and welcome to the best format you can be playing in Magic. Easily. Little trouble with some weird creations from Wizards, as in all formats, and things we all think they should ban and they don't, but other than that, Mega Balance got pretty much every option. Which this wasn't about a year ago. This is a deck somebody like yourself just said, hey, I want to try this, and all of a sudden it started winning and making waves, and so people started playing it. But thank you for joining us live, everybody. Hopefully we can keep our winning ways up. What are we up against here? This is a strange sort of devilry. Cool Foggy Mountain art. I've always liked this one. That's kind of what it looked like this morning. At least around where I live. Is it going to live, or are they going to use a good spell on a silly creature? It lives! He's on red. Let's just gain some life here. Yay, caught you live again. All right. Torvis76. That's a strong sounding moniker there. Thank you for joining us, and especially for chiming in. Thrill of the Possibility. A card we don't see enough of. Ooh, boy. They got some graveyard love going on big time. Pitching a Faithless Looting. Dang. All right. I think the main deck's pretty set in stone here, but if you're watching this on YouTube later, feel free to make all the changes you want, but I would suggest you start with the sideboard. I think I got a little too much removal. I forgot how much is main. How do you forget, right? You just read the damn thing, but this guy does it. Pillage. Oh, maybe we should have signed in blood, eh? Well, there goes our Syphon Life plan. Hey, at least it's not Demir. I've already beat that twice today. All right. Well, let's see if we can just keep things honest and start turning things sideways for the win. The old-fashioned way. That's what they say. Here we go. This is when we don't want to draw our Rakdos Carnarium, speaking of the Rakdos Casino commercial there. Voiceover done by my buddy Jason Guy Tibbetts. Mega talented. He's also the guy that did the voice for Brindleburgers, for Silhana, Ledge Walking Window Cleaning Company, and I think there was another one. His daughter did the voice for the Frog Tongue Body Spray with all of its scented flavors like Forbidden Alchemy and such. What a kick in the crotch. We draw Syphon Life against the Land Destruction deck. It's like, hey, remember this? Hey, my phone lights up on Halloween. Everybody who knows me knows that's my day. My birthday comes and goes. I don't really care about it. But Halloween, good times. Yeah. I always wondered why people don't use that red enchant land and put it on a citadel. I think it turns it into a 4/2. Doesn't it have something else like trample? Yeah, it probably doesn't. Who knows? You guys do. You can find out. I can't. Well, look at this board. We got all kinds of options. It'd be kind of cool if we lose to the biggest rogue deck of the day. We'll just say red LD. I don't know what else I'd call it as far as trying to be. Good call. I respect that. I like the Chartooth Cougar and those kind of builds. Don't want it now? Fine. Go get Mana Fix in. Get some landfall mechanics going, and then drop it later and just swing once or twice and you win. All right. His plan's working. Ours isn't. It's about time, really. I haven't put one L down yet. Let's go. Let's go. Crushed Zendikon. That's the one. Trample. It does have trample. See, I kind of know what I'm talking about sometimes. I like this digging mentality, because if the person's flooded, you can pitch away your land destruction. Ooh, another nice call. Munchie Tog, I like your style. Our opponent. That sounds egocentric. That's how I'd build it. All right, we're going to pitch Syphon Life and watch him giggle from hundreds of miles away and imaginary. Woo! All kinds of pumpkins lighting up my phone. Sorry for the buzz. I'll throw it over here. Then it won't make such a noise. Okay. Here comes the pain. Yeah, 2 cougars. If you draw them, that's good. If not, you get land out of them, and then boom. It's edict proof this way too. That stops existing. Gotta love it. Ugh. We are dead meat, folks. We've got a pretty low curve, but all right. I guess we get rid of a verdict here. Yeah, this is what we love to see here at Pauperganda. Even when it's this guy losing, something new, something creative. That's what we're all about. Can't make the latest, greatest new thing if you don't try. I'm going to crash and burn a lot. Run into a lot of haters. Who the F cares? Just keep moving. Keep creating. And if that's not your thing, you keep doing your thing and playing what you like. I wish I had the ability to just zero in on Tron and learn to play it really well and reap all the rewards, but I like the format too much to make people suffer. I always feel like I've won one for the little guy when I beat it in a tournament. If you follow me on Facebook, I always am grabbing. I only play about 1 league a week, and it's usually with a Brute Squad, and I always show that finishing move of Harsh Sustenance for the win against Tron, because it's just like, I got another one. Well, this is going to be a very boring death. Hopefully, maybe they're drawing a bunch of lands, but by this point, they're probably not. I'll get rid of this. Try to keep our curve as low as possible. Quiet Disrepair and Darksteel. Citadel, yeah, that's a nice little combo too. Cleansing Wildfire, targeting his own land. Well, that's some neat tech. Drawing a card, thinning stuff out. Oh, that's a good call. I just faced that the other night, and it was getting so irritating because it was this kind of stage of the game where they could just keep bringing it back, and it's that same scenario our opponents have run into the last 6 games where it's like, okay, here's this little guy, and it's going to keep nibbling at you unless you get rid of it, and you catch yourself like, I don't want to really use this really good removal card on that, but you have to, and then it just keeps coming back, coming back, coming back. All right. I don't believe we're going to have, let's get the fear in here. It's not going to do too much against that dude. Probably going to lose that land. About time we drew a land, really. And another good reason to run 19 instead of 17 or even 18. Scenarios like this. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but hey, that's 3 damage we didn't take. That's 1 attack from the Rage Hound we won't be seeing. It's going to be over real quick. I'm going to start taking 7 a turn. Ouch. All right, we don't draw a swamp, I'm going to scoop. because we can't withstand 7 a turn. It's a pretty cool list. Munchy Tog, if you're a fan of the show or you watch this later, please send your list to pauperganda@gmail.com, because we like to play stuff like that. Even though land destruction isn't the friendliest thing to play, a lot of times you get people rage quitting, which is probably what it's appearing like I'm doing, but it's out of respect to our viewers so they don't see kind of a boring ending, since we have no options. First L of the day. Let's see if we can pull it around. All right, we are losing Syphon Life. We are not sure what else to do. Let's lower this curve. It's already pretty low. Defile is going to be pretty good here. I prefer it over the Fumes, the creature base that we saw. Let's let me bring in 2 of those, and we'll lose a Verdict. Not that good against his deck with the idols. Same with this sorcery speed removal. So we're bringing in the 2 Defiles to try to combat that a little bit. I mean, yeah, I guess Verdict makes a little more sense because we can play it on their turn, but I'm not quite sure. I like Soul Reap so much. It just, I think that's right. Argue amongst yourselves. It probably isn't. Who cares? They might have some switcheroo plan. Maybe now it's just all burn and their land destruction goes away or something. Who knows? I always like switcheroo sideboards. It's a pretty cool list. Well, I'm not a huge fan of this hand, but I'm going to keep it. We're just walking right into just obliteration, but at least we're going to see 3 land drops this way. And we'll hope for the best. Yield through the turn. I was tempted to play a very long-winded deck today so that Halloween night would come even sooner, but I want to partake in the festivities, as there are none, but, you know, guy can dream. Let's get a little variety in our life and hope that they don't have electricity. They probably do. Boink. This is when the land destruction player salivates a little bit. That second turn Karoo land, you're like, oh, I really don't have a choice though. I'm going to try to drop Tyrant for torture, throw a Boggart behind it, and hope for the best. At least we'll be able to play maybe 1 more spell after this. Does he got that new land destruction spell? We shall see. Chat got kind of paused there, guys. Let me know my feed's not stalling out, and send me some love. There. Aha. All right. There we are. Just watching the fun. Yeah, I get so used to the cadence of the chat, and sometimes it stops, and I'm like, did my feed die? I know I'm hardwired in, but you can never tell. It's so many. There are truly hundreds of things that can go wrong when you stream. I mean, from physical stuff like your mouse, keyboard. I had one show where my battery ran out on my mouse. It was really early on, but it's like, yeah, that'll teach you. It's like try ending or even continuing a show and your mouse doesn't work. I had to mouse pad it. Here we go. All right. Leave my lands alone. Come on. All 2-mana spells except for our fruit and the bump. It might be enough to keep us alive, though. Maybe these guys can go all the way. We'll see. I doubt it. Yeah, Pauperpedia had a pretty cool article written up on Green Ramp for any of those if you're interested there. Got to remember that fear doesn't work against a guardian idol. They are not afraid. They're emotionless. Halloween vibes don't work on stone. Pretty cool. I believe before this was spoiled, that was like a super expensive card. I was like, what? But if you got the new art version, it was like 5 cents or something. I was like, oh, okay. No problem then. Well, maybe to block us, he will keep mana back and not pick on our lands, but he's not going to need to if we don't have any lands. It's getting ridiculous. Torvis. I like that name. It sounds like somebody like in Clash of the Titans or something. And then Torvis raised the mighty axe and brought it down with much might. There'd be some cool announcer like that with some voice that sounds like Orson Welles or something. I think I watched too many movies. Speaking of movies, if you missed the top of the show, make sure to check out Queen's Gambit on Netflix. Some of the best things I have seen. I'm gonna go not do anything. I see your little trick. One electrickery away from depression here. It's been my online persona for many, many years. Very nice. Yep, this has been mine too. I wish I could go back in time and make it something cool. Haven't told that story in a while. I'm sure don't need to. Everybody probably knows it. All right. Well, let's bump in the night. Bloop. Next turn we might be able to attack because he might use his mana to kill something. TMO6 Life says, yeah, I'm building RBL Draz Reanimator. Really excited. Yeah, I've got about 10 versions of that. If you want my advice, make sure to play with a couple Apostles' Blessings. You work so hard to get it, and then there's so much removal in the format. It pays a lot of dividends to protect it. So this is a scenario I was talking about. I really wish one of these was the Gruul Draz Vampire because it would be a 3/2. But, oh, he dropped another land. Darn it, there goes my plan. Oh well. The file's not looking so good. This is one of the few times you'd want it to be Disfigure. If we do get one swamp, it's not going to do too much except trade. We could do that. A Boggart for that. Oopsie. This is a well-designed brew because he's gone kind of all in, and it's very, what's the word? What is the word I'm looking for? It's what I'm always preaching. Gosh, total brain freeze up there. Sorry. Can't do nothing here, but I can attack. Efficient, that's what I'm talking about. Everything holds hands and talks to the other and works on many levels. Good stuff. Okay. Hate to say it, I believe the weakest card here is probably our I guess we'll do that. We've already got one, and it's pretty unlikely we're going to be able to cast two. I'll get rid of a Verdict next if we have to pitch something. Alright, we're going to be dead pretty quick. Here comes the Cougar. If we were playing Arena, there would be some irritating sound effect to go along with it. Crowd Hunger Hireling. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, what was it, about a month ago I started seeing those in blue-red lists. Now they're not even going to need to go that far. That new enchantment that came out, this thing is ridiculous. What a cruel world. Look at this. Well, he's a better blocker now. We just need swamp, 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 swamp. I'm just going to pitch this. Well, I'll get rid of a Verdict. The suffering's almost over. We're going to get our first loss of the day, but it's to a very cool deck. Even with the new pillage art, check this out. And this neat little new trick with the Cleansing Wildfire on a Darksteel Citadel to use it as a mana ramp. Pretty cool take. Well, we save 7 now to take about 10 next turn. Sure, I'll do that. Come on, something good. Nope. Hey, well, hats off to you, opponent. You got me. All right, let's hit into our last one there. We lose for the first time today. We have beaten Dimir. Is it Fairies? Dimir, and lost to a very cool red deck here. So we're just going to jump in and hopefully our next opponent shows up a wee bit quicker. So we can go over and bitch about this card some more. Fall from Favor, if you're just joining us. This is the new topic of the town. Chant creature, enters the battlefield, tap the creature, and you become the monarch. And they're giving it to blue for 2 and a blue. It'll be the cheapest monarch effect, and the strongest color gets it. That's fair. Yeah, let's play first. Ooh! Mulligan that. Ooh! Mulligan that. And turn a creature in a second main. Pestilence not. We will keep. I have to put 2 cards back. Man. This is tough. I'll do that. Let's lead off with a vampire. Hopefully he lives. And we can at least draw a Sign in Blood and try to make up for that mulligan loss with 2 life. Matt Breezy in the house. Pauper Tim, Cash Override, and Chimsky TMO 6 life. Torvis 76. I'm going to say your name like that from now on, Torvis. Sorry, I didn't do it just then. Torvis. Very cool. Yeah, it's gonna be something. It's like, is are fairies gonna do it, or is Tron? My money's on Tron. Not immediately. I bet maybe the first somebody like Mezzol or somebody will come up with some broken variant of it and giving blue just insane tempo. That's something blue's always needed, right? I'm joking. Or give Tron that one card that it's always needed, which is every card in Magic. Cracks me up how it's just consistently 3 or 4 of the top 8 every challenge. It's like, yeah, how'd that banning of Expedition map work out? It seems like it got a little better almost. And then right below that is familiars. It's like there's a familiar card here. It's called Ghostly Flicker and Ephemerate. Yeah, you could play Simic Boggles. That'd be pretty cool. Well, do we trade? No, we don't. We Sign in Blood. I need some options here. Give me some lands. Give me some lands. There we go. Oh, me too, Pauper Tim. That was my whole point. We attack here? We've got a double play next turn. I don't want to live in fear forever. I'm just going to attack. We're going to lose it. Or, you know, my other thing is, hey, look at that. It got through. I wouldn't have thought it would. My other thought, and I'm serious about this, unban everything. Let's start again. Just, and let the public know that, you know, like in 2 weeks, we're going to announce our first new round of bans and start fresh. And it'll be big. It'll probably be a huge swath of things that need to go. But you also never know. It might have some sort of strange self-correction. Do wonders for the market. You do that. Just a nice little reset. Instead of like an ongoing slog. Alrighty. Let's bring out Fear, which isn't going to do much against germs. Bring out another vampire. Vampire. I don't know why I turned southern all of a sudden, but I did. Hey, very careful when you play the Carnariums. I almost had that commercial out, but I was like, that's a little playing some of all of our dark stuff all together. Even though it's Halloween, it can come across as a pretty macabre show. But I think one of my new favorite commercials we've done is the Rakdos Carnarium. And as the story continues, the circus is coming to town, and it's very evil and dark, and these kids are peeping in the tent, and one of them gets pulled in, and then the circus leaves town. And at the end it says, the Rakdos Carnarium, free admission with kids. I love it. A little double take. My meter's so slanted that way, though, that I've always got to kind of remind myself that what's funny to me is like scary and whatnot to a lot of people. And let's get the life low there. I'll cast this. I'm just going to say torture here. Torture! Bada, 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 bada. Drawn post. Somebody ought to organize that again. I know Arctic Ghost did a really cool one about a year back. Is it, which one do I choose again? It's torture, right? I always forget this. Torture. He put up a lot of his own money and stuff. It was such a cool event. I'm going to attack. I'll probably block the Gruul Drazes if they know what they're doing. Our guys are pretty blockable against affinity, so that might be something I need to adjust. Maybe even more distresses. Who knows? Helps our opponent's a little mana beat. All right, affinity for now. We don't know. Sometimes you see a husk in those, but I always thought it'd be cool though if somebody had good tournament organizational skills. You could charge like 11 tickets or something for an event and keep one, and then just take care of it. No rules, Pauper. It was a lot of fun. Who knows, maybe you bring back something like Empty the Warrens, and Tron has to be a little too slow and flexible and suddenly goes back into the normalcy conversation instead of just being crazy broken. But well, it helps when your opponent only has one land. We know how that feels after last game, right? Yeah, that happened the last time, and the hymns didn't do too good. Most decks at that level get hellbent pretty fast, and outside of a god opening, it's just, okay, they lost 2 cards. Or you're just stuck staring at a sorcery your whole time. It's always been my rant against discard. It has to be more organic and creature-based, or does something if the opponent's hellbent, because otherwise it's you that's kind of drawing dead. Attack! I don't care about anything. Here I come. Whoa. I guess I'll just attack with that. That way I can keep dinging him for 1. Oh, that's right. He needs 2 to block that. For some reason I thought it was... I keep thinking the fear mechanic. Oh no, that's right. Maybe I should read. Can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and creatures that share a color with it. All right. My first hunch was right. Our Boggart lives, and hopefully we can do something for the next 10 turns. No, it's another creature. Torvis has spoken. It's been hell to face for weeks. Oh, yeah. Geo Monkey. Oh, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Is that who I just lost to with land destruction? Or I'm not quite sure what you mean, Torvis. Trying to read and defend and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Geomonkey, that's a pretty good name for it. I like that. Yeah. Maybe we'll cover it next week. Who knows? I know everybody wants to see the new Azorius boys that I've been tweaking and putting together, but maybe the week after that or something. Who knows? Yeah, I like to see originality, that's for sure. 2, 4, 5. Yep. He might be the only one that gives us an L today, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. I looked like a trucker this morning, or I don't know, some burly version. I like had kind of a beard going. All right, let me check this out. This is a 6, 2, 4. All right, let's do this. Boop, 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 boop. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-boom. Hiya. We want something. We got nothing left in our yard. Now our opponent's getting some stuff done. Took them long enough. I know how that feels. Sometimes Brute Squad can play out that way too. Homeless Stephen King. Stephen King's face is so peculiar because he has that little larger than normal upper lip. It gives him kind of a simian vibe. That's how I've seen him anyway. You know, I like horror so much, and Halloween. I've never been too big of a King fan. I really liked his JFK book. That one I read pretty darn quickly, but the rest of his stuff not so much. All right. Here comes somebody. I'll do this just because. I'll put this back and hope for the best. Yield through the turn. You have hair and glasses now. Oh, yeah. I'll have to change your look. You want to send us a new picture, Shiraz? We'll have to update your card. And one of these years, we're going to look at our intro and be like, who are those young guys? Those dudes are like 70 now. Hopefully I'll still be here. Probably have some weird contact lens technology where I'm just streaming from my point of view. Wow, this game went south fast. Way to hang in there. Maybe he won't be the only victory. All right. Can't be blocked. We like that, because we can block. Is he going to have to use a galvanic blast on this dude, hopefully? First time we've seen that card. Gosh, we played 2, 4, 6, 8. This is our 9th game with it. We have 4 of them, and they've all been hiding at the bottom of the deck. Some macabre dance. Our Boggart's going to turn into a blocker. And that's about it. Keep the old photo. We'll all be virtual avatars watching you. Yeah. I never heard back about that avatar slash AI thing about a year or maybe even 2 years ago. I've got the email somewhere. I'll have to dig it out. Somebody was saying with all the time I've logged that they were basing some college attempt at AI on that. It'd be funny to bump into a version of yourself. Not so funny. It's like something out of a horror movie if it's done wrong, right? There's another good show on Amazon Prime just called The Lie. I thought that was pretty interesting. I've cast another black spell this turn. Well, I can't be blocked, but we're going to take 12. Whoo. Is he going to kill it? If this gets through, I think we have to just take the damage. I don't know. What do you guys vote here? We're going to take 12. That's going to put us in galvanic blast range. We've already seen one hit the yard. I think we got to kill this now. And we take 8, and we're dead the next turn anyway. But anybody want to quickly vote? I don't want to make our opponent too bored here. We've got the Soul Reap. It'll make for a more dramatic show if I finish him off with Soul Reap. Or if we just take a Galvanic Blast Breath Mint to the face. That was one of the harder commercials I did, the Galvanic Blast Breath Mint commercial. But nothing beat the latest one with the, what was it, the Thermo Alchemist Searing Spice commercial. Man, that just that took way too much work to pull off. Weirded. What a nice comeback. I almost had the W written down. Let's see what we would have drawn. Thanks, software. All right, that's an L. Can we draw a card? All right. Hey, okay. That'd been interesting. Maybe could have done it. All right. Distress is definitely coming in. Probably going to lose Syphon Life. Going to want to be playing all of our spells. Not crazy about Verdict just because we saw Germ's main. So I'll get rid of one of those. Defile's probably worth bringing in. There's one more Verdict. Yeah, I don't know about that. I like having a mana dump in theory, but against Tron, a lot of our stuff gets blocked. So I'm going to lose a Boggart. My whole deck's kind of blockable here. Where they're like, this guy's like telling all his friends, I was the most important one in that matchup. All you guys have pretend unblockability. I got the real thing, baby. Alrighty. Well, if we get bested here, we started strong and lost fast. Good. I like this hand a lot. We'll keep this. I really like this over Duress because if they don't have Fling or a Tog, well, you grab Myrn Forcer. That's why I always run it. I always think it's worth that one more. Even against blue control decks, a Fairy doesn't nab it. And then if they don't have control in a weird hand, you grab a Spire Golem. Never come away dead with distress. And plus, I like to promote bald artwork because you guys have to stare at this bald guy all the time. I guess you don't have to. I'm glad you like to. Long La Conquista. Who's that? The Conquistadors, that vampire soldier that came out about 2 or 3 years ago. All right, here we go. Let's hope for better. We have very inferior cards against Affinity. I'm actually going to write, this needs Affinity help. Just for my own little notes before I put the deck up for a few weeks. I think I had it built in, and then I looked at it and went, oh, what are those there for? This looks pretty good like this. And now I'm seeing that, oh, the way I left it is probably how I should have played it. Be careful of new card smell, everyone. It's a real thing. Might as well kill now. Yeah, I know Divest. In the very first versions of Brute Squad, that could be the most brutal first turn. And grab your mana. The full moon is out here. Nice. Oh, and Chimsky, I like it. That's one thing I've never been able to do, or anyone I know has been able to do, except I got one old friend that took really good pictures of the moon, but everybody else, I've never seen moon pictures work well. We're just going to go now. Well, no, let's prowl. What am I thinking? Cancel that. We'll attack here, because we're probably not going to be able to attack much in this game, so we might as well get our Morsel Theft draw in as soon as we can. Yeah, I woke up my boy early and we went out and looked at the moon together. And he's like, let me, and he goes, never mind. And I was like, what's that? He's like, I was about to go get my phone, but it's just going to look like a little dot in the sky. Never translates well. Strange. It's like, does the phone see reality better than us? Is that what's happening? Maybe the parallax eyesight that we have causes the illusion that we think we're seeing. I don't know. The science is rather confusing. I know science just proved that gravity can obviously bend everything, including light, and that can cause distortions in the spectrum of like black holes and such. Sorry, getting a little too cosmosy. No one from A Christmas Carol, huh? Oh yeah, the Harry Potter castle. That looks very cool. Well, let's see. I want to get in some damage while I can here. I think we might want to save bump. Nah, I'm just talking out loud. Sorry. Distress. Yeah, we'll grab your only creature. We'll keep the fun up. I could bump in the night now. Let's bump now. Trying to get him to that 10 life or less. Come on, we're almost there. Here we are. Might help if I try to pay attention here. We'll mark off the tree of tails. Down comes a tog, for which we have an answer. And one of these is hit. Is he going to use the other one? I sure would. No. All right. Really wish I played that Carnarium. If we sign in blood now, we might be able to. I know I could do it to him, but I don't want to give Affinity extra cards. Come on, just basic land. Let's go. All right. Now we got options. Point. That's how it's supposed to work. We're going to get Galvanic blasted. Our vampire going to go up in flames. Be a cruel fate. Probably just because of how I think they thought that was damage based. I'm not sure. When you see the number 3 on there, you're like, that's probably what happened. Maybe they're a bit dyslexic like I am. Who knows? Or they've just had a few too many. Merit lagers, gin and tonic, that sort of thing. Merit, that's right. And down it goes. Come on, come on. Hey, we can just attack here. Pretty sure we got this one in the bag. Famous last words. We learned that last game. Ooh-wee. Man, there's... Point. Attack. You got to choose between lose and lose more. I choose lose more. It's a hell of a card when you've got the criteria met. Quite the beautiful assassin. If you're going to go, Guul Draz is a good way to go. All right. For the tiebreak, let's see. First game to go to 3. Affinity is just always there, boy. That's the real deal. I think losing Geth's Verdict was a mistake. I want to be really heavy on removal. Yeah, I think that's right. These guys get blocked by everything but a Tog in this matchup. it seems like. Well, Carapace Forger, but we haven't seen that yet. Maybe they're not running it. Defile should be relevant. I'm only running 2 because I don't have all swamps. Soul Reap, the real removal spell. Gotta say I'm happy we didn't face green today, because that's the one stipulation with Soul Reap. Another thing Justice is good for. Clearing the way, but a lot of times if it's stumpy anyway, you've got options in the life-gaining imp, and sometimes those little tokens and stuff. So, alrighty, a little clunky here, but we've got our unblockable dude. He might act like a magnet towards you-know-who, and we've got the Teetering Peaks behind it, so we've got him at 16 pretty fast. That's the theory. Uh-oh. Better make that 19. Here we go, here we go. If you like our show, please spread the word. If you haven't heard, been getting a lot of new blood lately, so that's pretty cool. Learning about hashtags and stuff, so I think we're reaching a little bit larger audience week to week and such. Getting a lot of nice messages, especially over October. It's people obviously liking the show and stuff, and happy they found it, and we're happy you found us too. And like I said, if you got a brew like that cool, what was it called, GeoMonkey? Cool brews, send them at pauperganda@gmail.com. We'd love to give you credit, showcase any sort of new ideas, talent, blah, blah, blah. That's what it's all about, people. Well, for right now, I'm just going to get rid of this beast because I don't like dogs. They're my enemy creature on the Pauper Zodiac. And if you don't know, there's a Pauper Zodiac, courtesy of yours truly. All 12 signs translated into the MTG universe. Which one are you? Shiraz, which one were you? We're probably pretty close. I know I'm the merchant. I thought Little Fight was the alchemist, but then he was the one next to it. Mr. Communications Major here is pretty bad at communicating sometimes. Okay. Teetering Peaks going to do some work. We'll see. Boink. Well, that's interesting. I can't remember. Boop. Let's do that. Coming over. This guy's gaining too much life. This is getting old quick. I thought we were doing damage and stuff. Come on. You're right. For right now, I'm just gonna bite him. Let's just bite him. Make it look like we're doing something. Emissary, that's what it was. Okay. Hey, all right. Another fight in the house. Freshly back with new knowledge. All right. Come on, just give me a land, and we can clean up the board pretty nicely here. And away we go. All right, I'll take that. Let's do this. And I get rid of the artifact. Creatures I don't mind, but in this brew, we have some fierce stuff, and artifacts are bad for us. Creatures, not so much, as long as they're not black. Lose it, fool. What's it gonna fling it? What's this digital pause for? He's got some trick. Should love that, the color scheme on Navigator's Compass. That's a beautiful piece of art. Want this deck have room for cast lightning or two, says Galerium. For what would you lose? I think I play too much of this game. I'm starting to become clairvoyant against these matchups I see all the time. I'm sure a lot of you out there are like that too. You can kind of call the cards. My friends was over watching me play digitally the other day, and just over my shoulder for a few turns, and it was like I could call every card that was about to happen. He's like, "Did you record this game?" And I just replaying it to impress me. It's like, yeah, you just caught me on a good day. Yeah, that could have Blightning. This would be a good one for it, that's for sure. Well, we need some life here, so let's go get some. Getting a little afraid against Affinity here. Booyah. We'll do that. Hopefully we draw into a land here. We are due. We'll get back some of our life. Oh, man. I was editing so intense yesterday that my neck was really, really, really sore. Sorry for the crack. Was the Hound. Okay. I think it's time. I feel like I'm going to screw up here. I can't defile. I think this is the better call here. Get him to 7, 4. I'm just going to say death. I respect Affinity. Uh-oh. What happened there? Oh. Well, there's the second punt of the day. If death gets more votes, but it didn't. Gotcha. Gotta almost always say torture. Good thing to know. Wasted turn. Just like our opponent read the Soul Reap wrong, thinking it was 3 damage, not 3 life. I just did it myself. Boom, as we fall to that. It'd be funny, that's what cost me the game. It should. I shouldn't make mistakes like that. I haven't played the deck in a long time, but it hasn't been that long. It's preying on that one weakness I have. Reading. I like to read. Okay, now we got the goods here. Let's attack. We'll cause torture this time. Or did it work and I just didn't see it? Right. Torture. Each player votes for death or torture. If death gets more votes, they sack a creature. If torture gets more votes, the vote is tied. Each opponent loses 4 life. Torture. I was reading that out of order. And like that is how you go 4-1. Our one loss was to Geo Monkey. You just like saying it. I do. That's a cool name. But not as cool as Torvis. That's right. I don't even see him in the chat anymore, but I remember it because it had that cool ending there. So that's the deck, guys. Wee bit of updates. I don't think this needs to stay in the sideboard, but who knows? We didn't face much control. I mean, we did face Dimir, but I didn't feel like bringing it in against that. So I would suggest maybe lose this for another Justice. And then I really want this distress count to be 4, even though we did beat Affinity. I don't know. And I'm not sure Defile belongs here because we have so much removal the other way around. Anyway, guys, hey, what a great October this has been. Let me put it on a cool like Halloween card. Thank you for joining me. I know I said 4 weeks. It was 5 weeks of Halloween, but hey, you got to give the old man what he likes sometimes. And it's only once a year, so I spread it out to the whole month. Sorry about that. But thank you for joining me. We're back to our normal shows next week. You won't see a pumpkin among us. So thank you for joining me. Galerium, Little Fight, all my buddies, Shorazamon, and all to the new blood out there. We'll see you same place, same time next week. Pauperganda@gmail.com if you got any questions, comments, concerns. My boy and I will be sporting masks like these walking around our town tonight. So if you spot that, you live in the same town I do, because I think that's one of one. Anyway, guys, go have a great Halloween. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid. I think that goes without saying. And we'll see you next time on Pauperganda. Adios.
Attention Pauperganda Knights, show your love of all things Pauper with our ultra deluxe playmats. And true to our Pauper roots, the glorious artwork is 100% free.
Trying to give these guys everything they can get to me, that's it.
Just send an email to pauperganda@gmail.com with the subject 1, 2, or 3, and we'll send you the playmat file for free.
I gotta read it again because my mind is just a piece of shit this morning.
All you need to do is visit our friends at inkgaming.com. Order yours today.